Welcome into the Michigan Football Report here on a Sunday, and if you're getting ready to watch some NFL games, that's all good. But before you do, watch this video and hit subscribe for me on our video from Friday, our best new subscriber video in 7 months. So thanks to all you who subscribed from Friday. If you didn't see that one or if you didn't hit subscribe, now is your last chance. Going once, going twice, subscribe to the Michigan Football Report. Have maybe a little different show coming up today. Going to talk deep on one subject, and that subject is Daxton Hill and the secondary. So there's been some rumors out there. Hit the dark web Michigan message boards first, and then the blog boys start picking it up on it, and then the premium sites put something out thinking they have sources, which they don't. Let's be frank. They're just kind of trying to get ahead of subjects, and I'm not going to speculate at this point. There's really no point in speculating whether or not it will happen or is going to happen until they get into practice. But what if it did, and what does it mean for this Michigan football program? Daxton Hill moving positions from safety, where he's a surefire starter, to potentially cornerback. Assuming there's no Ambry Thomas, Michigan's thin at quarterback, as you see on there. He's fast, he's athletic, and Michigan might be feeling good about its young safeties, good enough, potentially, to let Daxton Hill switch to a more nickel or cornerback role for this team. Want to make sure you guys, though, check out BetUS before we dive deeper into the story. NFL games going on today. I put my picks out on Twitter about 30 minutes before kickoff at 1 o'clock Eastern every Sunday. If you want to just get some surefire winners, I was 2-3 the first 2 weeks, but we're gonna start winning big time. You never know what's gonna happen in these early NFL games. BetUS is where I make my bets. And because I went to bat for you, promo code GOBLUE gets you 125% deposit bonus. What's that? Wait, there's more. And once you get set up and you're ready to go, just email goblue@chatsports.com. We'll confirm your account. Just give us your account number. We'll say, boom, you got it. Authentic Michigan Jordan brand jersey from us, straight to you. Get going with get going with BetUS, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code GOBLUE when you deposit. You got to do that, or it takes more work on our end. And then email goblue@chatsports.com and just say, hey, I got going with BetUS. Hook me up with my jersey. Take advantage now. Offer ends end of the month, September 30th. Now, let's take a look at the depth chart, the expected depth chart for this Michigan football secondary. Vincent Gray, starter last year, got starter minutes. A lot of people rotated in and out at corner throughout the season, but him and Ambry Thomas were rotating early, and then obviously Lavert Hill. So he's the starter outside Ambry Thomas this year. Ambry decides to opt out. So now DJ Turner is going to be the starting cornerback. But do you want to put the best players in the field with Brad Hawkins, Dax Hill as your safeties? Freshman Andre Seldon, early enrolled league, has been kind of universally slotted at the nickel cornerback. Is this your best 5 guys? Is this the 5 guys that you think gives you the best chance to win as a football team in 2020? I don't know. So before we take a look at the depth chart with Ambry or with Dax Hill at a different position, I'm going to ask you this question. You see what the projected and expected depth chart is in the secondary. Which position should he play? Safety and be a All-American, All-Conference level player there for the next 2 seasons and potentially go pro after the 21 season? Or should you move him to the nickel role where he could move around a little bit, could potentially slide back to safety, could cover some of those faster Ohio State receivers that seem to just take advantage of Michigan safeties who try to cover them, or third cornerbacks like Brandon Watson in 2018? I want to know from you guys, so type below. I'm going to pin this comment below. I'm going to give you my answer down in the comments. So go down there, scroll down, type S if it's safety, type N if it's nickel. I want to hear what you guys think. But I told you at the top of the show, make sure to subscribe, youtube.com/Michigan TV. We're trying to put out 5-6 videos a week leading up to the season. If we get enough subscribers, we might be able to go 7 days a week with videos. No promises. It's all going to depend on how many of you guys subscribe. I promise you, no one will bring the energy and give you the truth and have more fun with you. And hell, give you away free Michigan jerseys. I've never heard of another YouTube channel, podcast, website ever doing that. youtube.com/Michigan TV. Subscribe today. Now, why would Michigan move Dax Hill to nickel, to cornerback, out of the position that he played last season and really was recruited to come in at? They need some speed on defense. It is very clear that Don Brown is the The analogy for Don Brown is he is the 13-year-old kid who's 5'10", 180 pounds, and already kind of has a beard. And then 25 years later, you see him at your 20-year high school reunion, and he is the exact same size, the exact same weight, and there. He's picks on the bullies. He looks tough against the little guys. But when everybody's all grown up, aka you're playing Ohio State, you're playing Alabama, you're playing Penn State, when they've got at their strength with Saquon Barkley, his defense does not come up when it counts. It's not up to snuff. That man-to-man and always being aggressive blitzing defense. If you watch the 2018 Ohio State footage, if you watch the 2017 Penn State footage, it's comical how easy it is for those teams to just kind of bump a defender, and all of a sudden the guy's wide open 25 yards before anyone's even within a yard of him at all. And so that's why Ohio State's put up 60 points basically back-to-back years. So what would the depth chart look like if Daxton Hill moved to nickel? Vincent Gray and DJ Turner will keep them at cornerback. We'll give Dax a little bit flexibility as the nickel position. And then Makari Paige, a huge player, 6'3", 6'4", 190 pounds. He's very tall. And I kind of thought that maybe he'd be better filling in for the strong safety, but everything I'm seeing from what I read in the spring, that they had him playing as Dax Hill's backup, and he enrolled early. He's gotten stronger. They like what they see out of him making plays with the ball, so maybe they want to get him on the field. Potentially, they feel better about Hawkins and one of the freshmen, Paige. You've got R.J. Moten as well. Do they think better of those freshmen than they do the backups at corner or the nickel backs that they have slated? Andre Selden, Jemon Green, etc., etc. But Dax Hill's a playmaker. We saw him throw a pass, or we saw him receive last year, caught a pass early on. I think it was the Iowa game, Army game, one of those two games early on. He caught a pass on a fake punt. He's a hybrid, I don't know, Jabril Peppers / Charles Woodson. I'm not going to say he's going to be either one of those guys. I'm not going to say he's going to live up to a Heisman Trophy winner and a Heisman fifth place invitee like Jabril Peppers did, but he's probably the most athletic player that Michigan has in their team right now, and him and Jabril Peppers would be the two most athletic players that Jim Harbaugh has had on his team, his entire time at Michigan. One could argue maybe Donovan Peoples-Jones based on what he did at the NFL Combine. I'm not sure it played out as much during his career as it probably should have. We'll see what he does in the NFL with the Browns. So if Daxton Hill makes the move, he'll be very similar to Jabril Peppers, moving positions multiple times. We remember back in the Lloyd Carr era, there was quite a few players who moved from safety to corner, switched around to fill roles. So this wouldn't be something that you're not used to as a fan. This wouldn't be something that's unprecedented in college football, putting your best 11 players on the field. If Dax Hill makes the move, it probably means that someone stepped up, like a Makari Paige, maybe R.J. Moten or two freshmen, to fill in at the safety, and less about Daxton Hill being a better cornerback or switching positions permanently, maybe even see him move back there in 2021 after Brad Hawkins moves on after his senior year for Michigan next year. So keep an eye on this story throughout the next few weeks into fall camp. I think it's one that's pretty interesting, and I want to see more out of Dax Hill, frankly. I want to see you put the ball in his hand on offense this year, if you can, once or twice. I want to see him get a shot returning kicks. I'm not sure if punting is his best, but put him back there returning kicks. He is that athletic. You watch his high school tape, he can do things with the ball in his hands. Reminds me a lot of Jabril Peppers, maybe a little bit smaller than Peppers is. Probably remains at safety. I doubt he ever moves up to linebacker like Peppers did in 2016. Now, the question I'm going to end the show with today is, who is the best defender in the Harbaugh era? Because I think that potentially Dax Hill could be that guy by the end of the next 2 years, but he'd have to accomplish a lot to get on the same level with the four guys you see here, or the other two that we have down in the comments. And one of those guys I don't think deserves to be on here at all, but hey, I can only fight so many battles with these crazy producers who just keep ranking people based on what they were coming out of their recruiting rankings out of high school. But type JP for Jabril Peppers, first-team All-American. Type JL for Jordan Lewis, first-team All-American. Type MH for Mo Hurst, I believe also a first-team All-American, or Devin Bush, and one of these might have been first-team All-American by one, but not the other. I think all these guys were first-team All-Americans at one point in their career. That's why I put them on the list over Chase Winovich over Rashawn Gary, who were all Big Ten players but never got that first-team All-American designation by any of the outlets that put those out, the AP, the coaches, whoever it is. So JP, MH, JL, or DB, the best defender of the Harbaugh era. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching today. We went deep on Daxton Hill, and if you like this kind of episode, bringing you these different types of stories, make sure to subscribe. We asked you a couple times during the show. It's your last chance to do it. Just click this button right here. You'll know every time we have a new video, 4 or 5 times a week. And if you got more time, get some more Michigan football videos for you right here. Go Blue!